Report summaries allow users to analyze prepped and transformed data. In Monarch Data Prep Studio, summary measures may be formatted to highlight information and help identify patterns and trends. Here we have a summary with sales details for orders made by customers belonging to these sales organizations. The key values have been formatted to hide duplicates and display subtotals. We could format the measures to see which values fall below or above certain limits. This would also alert us when targets are not met. Notice as well that some measures need to be formatted to ensure that larger values are still readable. Let's go ahead and edit our summary. The format and coloring of our measures may be edited from here. Let's start with the quantity. You can change the column label into something other than the auto-generated one. You can hide the column, but only for the summary and not for the table in Prepare. There are options for the decimal precision from 0 to 9 as well as the full numeric range. By default, the source column format is used, but you can select from predefined formats or set a custom format. There are predefined custom formats as well that you may choose from. Data Prep Studio also allows you to manually construct the format you want. You can add a prefix or suffix to a simple number, or you can specify formats for positive and negative numbers as well as for zeros. For instance, for a financial report, you might want to add a different suffix for positive or negative numbers. In our case, we just want to format the quantity to have commas, like the other summary measures. There are other measure properties that we can work with to improve the summary. In the Formula tab, we have the expression based on the calculation of the measure. If needed, we can edit the expression using the available fields, functions, and operators. Under Coloring and Limits, we see that we are currently going with the default coloring defined for the summary. We can choose to override this coloring for the entire column. You can set the values to display in bold, in italics, or underlined, and set the text color, fill color, and pattern as well. This is how that would look. You can also define colors for specific groups of the report. This falls under the last option for coloring and limits. Let's choose a drill level or group and set the text color to see how this works. You can also set the color for null values. When we drill up to the group we selected, the net value figures are displayed in the color we set, unlike with the option for overriding the entire column, where the color is applied regardless of the drill level. Now let's apply conditional formatting so that values outside a given range are immediately apparent. This time, check the box to show the limit options for conditional formatting. Let's do this for all the groups of the report. For values that fall below the lower limit, the coloring for lower values will be applied. Values above the upper limit will take the color set for the upper values. All other values would take the color set for normal values. Depending on your data, each group would typically have different limits because values would be aggregated as we go up the report levels. Note as well that the color properties for the lower and upper values have similar options as we saw earlier. Let's see what our summary looks like now. With conditional formatting, we immediately see which transactions go above or below the limits we set. This is apparent at each drill level of the summary as well. We are easily alerted to issues that may need to be addressed, as well as products and customers that are performing well.